Again, hey guys, and welcome back to Gospel Pearl. And I'm going to be talking about stop hanging out with fear and doubts and start hanging out with faith. And a pleasant emotion caused by a threat of danger, pain or harm, and doubt is feeling of uncertainty. And fear comes in a form of doubt. Most of us have these big dreams that, you want to get into uni, you want to, start a business, you want to, start your own vlog. Like, you have big dreams for your own careers and stuff, but then we have fear and doubts that holds us back. And the main reason could be because someone once told you that you'll never get into university, you'll never become a doctor, you're not smart enough to get into medicine, you're not, you will never pass your maths and English GCSE, you will never pass your A-levels. Like, what are you doing? Look at you compared to the other person. A lot of the time that we believe that God can do that thing for somebody else, but we can never believe it for ourselves. And we all have this phase in our life, and I remember I was so excited about starting university, and then guess what? Fear and doubt started to creep in. I started to think, will I ever graduate? What am I doing in this course? I went into my first ever lecture, guys, and imagine we didn't even start learning. They were just telling us what we were going to do, and all of a sudden, I remember coming back to my flat, and then I literally broke down. I was like, God, I can't do this. Have you seen what we have to do? There was this massive practical booklet, and I was like, God, I can't do any of this. This is crazy. I'm not smart enough. You can imagine there was so much going on in my mind. I ended up letting fear and doubt take over me. And then I remembered, if God has got me this far, why would he just leave me? So throughout my years at university, I've literally have been holding on to God, because a lot of the time when we allow fear and doubt to take over, it can distract us from our destiny. And then I love this example of the story when Jesus walks on water. I have it somewhere here. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll put the verse there. And we'll just start from verse 25, where it says, shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. It's a ghost, they said, and cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, take courage, it is I, don't be afraid. Lord, if it's you, Peter replied, tell me to come to you on the water. Come, he said. Then Peter got down out of the boat and into the water and came towards Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid and began to sink and cried out, Lord, save me. Immediately Jesus reached out of his hand and caught him. But then what I loved about this story is Peter had so much boldness. I feel like God admires boldness, and that's how you're going to have a winning mentality. Having boldness, or having the I can do all things through Christ type of attitude. Peter didn't have to, go. You can imagine the rest of the disciples, they stayed. They were afraid, they didn't want to go. But what I love about Peter is, even though he knew the possibility of what could happen, he still went out and tried. And he took the risk. And as he took the risk, opposition and, he saw the wind and everything coming towards him. And that's when fear and doubt always creeps in. The minute you take the risk, you start to do something out of the ordinary, something that it doesn't look, in reality, you shouldn't be doing this. But Peter went out and decided to do it instead. And he had so much boldness to go out, and in those he decided to go. Peter wasn't afraid of making a mistake. He wasn't afraid of falling. He went, and that's the good thing about our God is you can step out on faith into your future and know that even when you're about to fall, God is always ready to catch you. Like he says, immediately God reached out and caught him. So like, this is why I always remind myself, if God has brought you this far, what makes you think he's about to let you fall? And half of the time he doesn't even let us fall. He's always there to catch us, like the minute we're about to drop. And then like, what I had as well is, you're never too old to do something for God, and it's never too late to begin again. And the story that I love is about is it Abraham? If I can find the verse about Abraham's chapter 4. I'm not going to read everything. I'm going to chapter 4 verse 18 says, against all hope Abraham in him believed, so became the father of many nations, as it had been said to him, so shall your offspring be. Without weakening of his faith, he has so much faith that he faced the fact that his body was as good as dead. Like, you can imagine, he was old. Like, in reality, like, it's done for you. You can't have kids, like, but he had so much faith that he was going to be the father of so many nations. Can you imagine you being 90 and telling you you're going to be the father of so many nations? You haven't even had even one kid. But like, he had so much faith in God, even though his body was as good as dead. Since he was about 100 years old, and that Sarah's womb was also dead, yet he did not water through unbelief regarding the promises of God, but was strengthened in the faith and gave glory to God. Like, in order to have a winning mentality, we need to have a mentality of I can do all things through Christ's attitude. You need to have boldness, and you need to remind yourself, with your own strength you can't actually do it, but with God you can. Like, I can tell you guys, I don't even know how I'm in 3rd year, and I know it wasn't for my own strength. I know, like, it was God. Like, I always tell people this, like, it's God, because last year I literally did not see myself being here. Like, I'm in my family. Like, that is so weird. Like, sometimes I think like it's a joke, and like and a lot of the time God brings opposition into our life, and storms to grow us. And like, at those times is when God works. Like, God works is at its best. And like, because at the end of it, where's the glory gonna go to? God, like, not you. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm gonna cut this part out.
Why would you even? It's good. Suzanne, what's the title for me again?
Focus on your own lane.
Oh, it's like stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane, yeah. And there was something I wanted to say. Oh, there is something that I read. No, I didn't read this. I was watching one of the sermon. I don't know whose sermon it was. And they said, one thing worse than losing your sight is losing your vision. Sight is physical, here and now. Vision is spiritual. Sight is a perception of present, and vision is faith in your future. Don't lose that vision that God has given you, even though it may be hard, even though like you may have doubt and fear, but do not let doubt distract you from your destiny and take away your joy. And one last thing. Oh yeah, one last thing, guys. Learn to have an undefeated mentality, like, because God has already gone ahead of you. Like, he knows what you're gonna face, but do not let fear and doubt take over you. Start hanging around with faith. Like, as much as it may sound crazy, like, just hang out with faith, and then you see the extraordinary thing that you're going to do in life. Like, if you follow fear and doubt, that's when your whole life will fall apart. But when you start taking risks, like, I'm sure you don't want to spend your entire life thinking, what if I did this, what if I tried, like, what could have happened. Be that type of person to have that faith where you're gonna keep running even when you fall, because you know, like, God is there. Like, and if you're not a Christian, like, the way to have a winning mentality is learning to have an I can do all thing attitude, to be bold, and to not dwell in the things that you can't do, but celebrate the things that you can do. So, and this is for me as well, because I'm not, like, I haven't mastered this, you know, this faith thing. I'm still, like, walking through it. There's a lot of time I have doubt. Like, for me right now, my biggest fear and doubt is, what am I going to do after I graduate? Again, why should I even have to worry about that? Because if God has brought me this far, what makes me think that he's not going to take me to the next level? So trust and believe in your own ability, but don't allow fear to hold you from chasing after your dream. I feel like this is for somebody. Like, if you have a dream that you've always wanted to do, go for it. Don't be afraid of falling. Yes, you're gonna fall, but it's not the end of the world. You're gonna get back up. So yeah.
Amen.